Director Edwards,
Present.
Director Willis, Director Leo,
Present.
Director Alia,
Present.
Director Kemp, bless you,
Present.
Director Eagle, Assistant Director Thaxton,
Present.
Senator Eaglin, Present. Senator Hardin,
Present.
Senator Teddy, Senator Teklu, Senator Salim,
Present.
Senator Wachenmere,
Present.
Senator Rink, Present. Senator Hayes, Present. Justice Hurtado Olson,
Present.
Justice McNeil.
Present.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll move into approval of last meeting's minutes. Are there any amendments? Minutes? Hearing none. Is there any amendment to the agenda? Okay, also hearing none. Today, we do not have any guest speakers. Are there any public participation or student concerns? Hearing none, we will now move into communications. So first up, we have advisors' remarks.
Hello, how's everybody?
Yay!
How's some energy? All right, so for those of you who don't know who I am, and we'll introduce Tom next, but my name is Matt Leno. I'm one of the co-advisors for Student Government Association. So if you have not met me before, my office is in 232, right across from the restrooms, in the older part of the union. We will be moving into the glass area that overlooks the Paws Pavilion on the back side of the union after homecoming. All are welcome to come and visit. If you all need help with anything, please make sure that you come and visit campus life and/or student activities. My position, I'm the Assistant Vice President for Campus Life, and I handle 5 different departments on campus. Student activities, fraternity and sorority life, new student and family programs, campus rec, and events and conference services. So we will help you with whatever you need. And then we also play a giant role in helping out with Tiger Pride Day too, which is a giant event for student government. So we're here to help, we're here to advise, and we're here to push you to be incredible leaders. Just one thing, on Thursday from 4 to 6 is the involvement fair on Burdick Field. So please make sure that you are pushing your student organizations to be creative, to get some members, because students are itching and eager to be involved and to be engaged. So we are thrilled to be back in person, but we're still doing some COVID precautions, and we're having it outside on the Burdick Field, so we can spread out and have a lot of room. So once again, my name is Matt, and my office is downstairs, and I'm now going to introduce Tom.
Afternoon, everybody. Good to see most of you again. I was at pre-meeting last week if you were there on Thursday. But for those of you who weren't or don't know me, Tom Judd, Coordinator of Campus Programming in the Office of Student Activities. I oversee the Campus Activities Board and the marketing in the Office of Student Activities. So I'll be assisting Matt here for a couple of weeks. His schedule gets pretty crazy being AVP, so he's not often. So if you can't find him, I'm in the suite next door in the Student Activities and New Student Family Programming suite. So definitely come in and see me, and I'm a little bit more readily available. So if you've got questions for him, I can either relay them to him or I can try to answer them for him. But definitely Thursday is a big day for all of us, not just the student orgs, but for you guys as well, as getting messaging out there and what's coming up. So if you can be around, even just sort of assisting student activities of the other student orgs as they're trying to manage their way through getting re-involved and re-engaging students on campus, I highly recommend you guys attend. Again, I'll be out on Burdick Field, so hopefully we get a nice weather day. You can kind of see some of the student groups that are getting back and acclimated to campus and be sort of a resource for them as much as we are, because they will need SGA as much as they need all the other resources on campus, but we'll be leaning heavily on you guys. So it'll be a good first contact if you haven't started to talk to some of the new student leaders and some of those student orgs. I hope to see you guys out. And again, my office is right next to Matt, so please come see me if you need anything. Thanks.
Thank you both very much. Appropriations Committee, Government Operations Committee, Rules Committee. President DeVoe.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if I should stand or sit or what. I guess I'll stand. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited that you all are back for our first in-person General Assembly meeting in some time. So I hope you guys feel the energy. You guys are awesome. I will begin by saying, like, just from you all's involvement so far with Roar Rally and Set It Off and tabling for Red Zone today and all the things you've been involved in, I'm just so happy about the group this year. You guys are phenomenal. I tell you all the time how much I love and appreciate you, but I will keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. So thank you so much. You all make my job very enjoyable and easy. This week's been pretty tough, so I wanted to start with that too. I wanted to say, in light of the events that happened this past Saturday, we are planning a campus safety forum this Thursday from 6 to 7. So that will have representatives from the President's Council. So Patricia Bradley, who is the interim vice president of the Office of Inclusion and Institutional Equity, it's a mouthful. President Schatzel should be in attendance as well. Dr. Hurt, who's the vice president of Student Affairs. Dr. Skavakis, who is the dean of students, and give me 1 second. Chief Herring, who's the chief of police for TUPD. And if I forgot anyone, I'll send all that information will be available to you guys. I will tap 2 people in this group to help facilitate. So runners for microphones for the night. So there'll be kind of lecture style setup. So there'll be 2 rows near the different setups for chairs. So we'll have 1 SGA member here, 1 SGA member here, and then I'll be in the front with the mics for the speakers and help with that. So I'll tap whoever is available during that time. It's right after the involvement fair, so it's going to be a really busy day. Speaking of, at 8 p.m., we'll have our vigil for Kyle Johnson, who's a student who was tragically killed in a car accident over the summer by a drunk driver. Some of you may know him or love people that knew him. So if you are available, please come out, show your support. We are able to do this because we want to position ourselves as an organization that cares about raising awareness about drunk driving and the dangers of that. I'm trying to think. All right, there will be also a surge in hiring in Chartwells because obviously we are experiencing some exciting new construction for food services on campus. So share that with your friends, with your student orgs. They are going to be meeting student employees. And then lastly, I have a meeting coming up with the Goucher University SGA president as well as Morgan State University president. So University SGA president. So I wanted to start with that stuff. There's kind of been a lot going on. This is the first time I'm, addressing you guys, but just wanted to give the updates. And with that, I yield. Oh, any questions? Okay. With that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Treasurer Colquitt.
Good evening, everyone. As you all know, I presented the budget last week at pre-meeting. We were able to kind of go through all the line items and I was available to answer any questions. This still stands. The Senate voted to table the discussion and the vote. The vote of the our census day numbers. So if you have any questions regarding the budget, anything you want to see, I'm available during my office hours to discuss those things. It does include some new and important initiatives like supporting food share and supporting our emergency student relief fund.
Thank you very much. Attorney General Khalil.
Hi everyone, you all look great. We're on time, so that's amazing. Just a reminder, GA is business professional, so no sneakers are allowed. And with that said, just you all have been submitting your absence requests too. Just make sure you get those in, preferably just as soon as you know. And I think with that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Chief of Staff Amber.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. It's the first Tiger Tuesday since we've been, well, not the first Tuesday, but the first GA since we've been back on campus, which is really, really exciting. As everyone knows, we're almost done settling into our new office. There's still a few more things that we're moving up, but hopefully within the next few weeks, we're fully in. Soon, our administrative assistant will be in the office. She will be coming in the office by the end of September. So if you see a new staff member and you're like, who is this? You will all meet her very, very soon. We're very, very excited to have an administrative assistant again. Our involvement fair is on Thursday. There will be SGA members there tabling, but feel free to come and just As you all been asking about hiring for ADs or new senators and things like that, currently we are having applications trickle in. I did send out applications to everyone who signed up in the last few events we've been tabling. So very soon, a lot of applications will come in. And if you know anyone who wants to join SGA, tell them to feel free to come into the office. There's always someone on the executive board who can talk to them, or some of our amazing other members who are very knowledgeable about recruiting new members. We're already having events. There was an event today, a nice tabling. I won't talk about it. I'm gonna leave that to the director who did that, but we're already having events. If we are having events and you're free, make sure, even if you're not helping out with tabling, like go up, talk, be active, and things like that. And lastly, don't forget this week, we are doing full office hours. So if you have 10 hours, don't forget to do your 10. And if you have 5, do your 5. We don't have our sign-in sheet yet. That will be done by the end of the week. So as of right now, just write down the time to come into the office and the time to check out. So once we're finished with that, you can write that down there. And if there are no questions, with that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Attorney General.
Oh, sorry, my apologies, I forgot. If you did miss our summer retreat, the makeup retreat date will be coming to you by the end of this week. And also, if you're ever running late, don't feel like you need to message the social or professional, you can just private message me as well.
Thank you. All right. Department of Academic Affairs.
It has been an exciting week. I guess it's only Tuesday, so it feels like a week. But we have our first UCC University Curriculum Committee meeting next Tuesday, which is exciting. We have a meeting with I can't even read my handwriting. We have a meeting with the provost and a meeting with the dean of the College of Liberal Arts within the next few weeks as well. And we are actively building our department. I am in talks with a potential assistant director. There are quite a few committees in the Academic Senate, so ensuring that we can actively maintain our representation on those committees is important to me. Two big priorities for me for the next year is definitely textbook affordability and mental health days. So if anybody else has ideas or concerns that they want addressed in terms of their academics, I'm here to support you and help those initiatives become reality. So I appreciate it. Thank you. With that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Campus Activities. Oh, excuse me.
I'll speak for Director Walton. So next week is Latin Heritage Week. So the Campus Activities Board is looking to do an event on Wednesday and on Friday. I don't have the details of Wednesday's event. They're still finalizing and looking for some collaborations, I think, with LASSO and LTA. But Friday's event is going to take place out in Speaker Circle, and they're showing In the Heights. So definitely push to get people to come out to both events. I know the movie, I think, is going to start around 7:30, kind of depending on where sunlight is at that point. They'll have like basic movie food, I think, popcorn and candy and stuff. And then I think they've got some leftover beach towels from the beach day event that happened last week, which was a big success. And they'll give out in case the ground is wet, so people can sit on the hill at Speaker Circle and watch the movie. But I know they were working with Vanessa Gonzalez-Wright and the Center for Student Diversity to try to build some of the collaborations for the Latin Heritage Week and for both of those events. To kind of be on the lookout for some of those potential collaborations. And if you have any connections with any groups that might be interested, please reach out to Director Walton and help them kind of facilitate some of that. And with that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Civic Engagement.
Hello. So it has been very busy these last few weeks. I've been meeting up weekly with Patricia Watson, who's the Director of Sustainability on campus. We're discussing potential issues that have arose and also discussing real ideas and what can be improved. We just met up for sort of a nature walk the other day, and I learned a lot about some of the sustainable resources that we have on campus and what we are lacking. So as more information comes, I will surely relay it to you. But if you have any questions or anything, please ask whenever. I also met with Stephanie Austin, who is the interim director of civic engagement, and we sort of discussed future plans for the departments. They are currently getting a new director in, and as soon as that person arrives, I will contact them and meet up with them to discuss some future events and big plans that we all have, because I'm sure there are a lot to be had. Let's see. I also met with Nicole Williams. She is the political engagement grad student with the Department of Civic Engagements and Social Responsibility. We sort of discussed a lot of stuff, but the big thing was tabling for voter registration. So that is going to be on Freedom Square, September 28th. So lock that down. I will definitely send out a, why is it not hitting my head? I'm so sorry. An invite, basically, where you can sign up for tabling and helping out and all that good stuff. It would be lovely if you guys could attend, and even if you can't help work, just going would be a lovely thing. So that will be up there. Let's see. I met up with the Environmental Initiatives Graduate Assistants in the Departments of Civic Engagement and Social Responsibility at the CESR. We sort of discussed possible collaborations between us, especially for the month of October. So when that month comes and we get some more ideas solidified, I will certainly relay those to you. But October is going to be a very busy month for our departments, and we're excited to look forward to it. Let's see. Some other potential events that are sort of just on the ground level right now. We want to table for specific voting ideas, i.e. voting for environmental rights, voting for like sustainability, voting for reform, etc. Those will all have some sort of action item to sort of help get people engaged and get people actually thinking about what they're doing. So we're very excited about that. Let's see. Yeah, we have done a lot of work here the last week and a half. Did some food recovery stuff. I would definitely encourage you guys to get involved in that if you can. Fridays from 3 to 4. Let's see. Oh, you know what? One other thing. The goats are back. They're going to be at the Glen September 20th. It's a great opportunity to sort of get yourself acquainted with the space. It is a lovely sort of nature center, and also just to de-stress a little bit. I heard the goats are very cute. Yeah. With that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Communications.
Hello, so the only update I have is that we'll be ordering our SG Oxfords and polo shirts within the next couple of weeks. So if you don't have one, you'll get one soon as they come in. I'll be working with Miss Vicky, and other than that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Community Outreach.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. It's so good to be back in person and just to see, like, I guess, happier faces. So it's just nice to be back in person. And yeah, so basically some updates are Justice Hurtado Olson, okay, and Senator Raker. We're all kind of collaborating on an event to help Afghan refugees. So working with Home Stop Borders and the International Refugee Committee. Okay, here you. And so we're working on that, and just to help them in like finding ways, whether it's helping move furniture or just donate supplies and stuff like that. I'm also currently working on creating and finding some service projects for you guys, so you can all complete your hours. And yeah, and with that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Diversity and Inclusion.
Hi everyone, so everyone's having a good time. So for the past week and a half, what I've done is that last week I met up with Adrian Marson. He's a new coordinator for the Center for Diversity. So we're just talking about like any events that they were having at the Center for Student Diversity as well, like I'm collaborating and everything. So basically we're talking about doing an event together called Engaging Empathy, which we're targeting to be September 21st. And basically we want it to be like an open space for students to talk about stuff happening in 2020. There's a lot for everyone, and since we've never been on campus and stuff, and we've never been able to talk about that stuff. So obviously we want people to be open and talk about stuff, anything like COVID, BLM protests, addressing racism that happens on campus. And we're planning on having an open session where students, faculty, and staff can be able to talk, and then also a second session where we have like an open discussion or like moderators at each table.
and they can talk about their stuff as well. So we're actually doing a planning session for the next 3 weeks. And I was advocating for, since it is meant to be like for students, that if any of y'all are interested in going to those planning sessions and helping planning out, you're more glad to do so. I'm gonna be going to most of them, because I have class unfortunately during some of them, but you are more welcome to come, and you can help plan out this event that I'm doing with them. And yeah, and for October, I'm in contact with any of like Line X clubs here to try to do something, since Hispanic Month is from September 15th to October 15th. So yeah, so hopefully an event can come up for that. And I think that's it. So with that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Health and Wellness.
Hey y'all. We have like a few points, but I just want to say first of all, thank you to whoever, to like all the people that came to my red zone tabling at Freedom Square. They were really helpful and they really took a vibe and they were really like adamant about like getting the resources out to students. So thank you to everyone. Also there's gonna be like more red zone tabling. I haven't figured out when I'm gonna do that yet because I gotta figure out like with my schedule like when I'm free. But I'm definitely trying to do like maybe 2 more. So if y'all like miss your chance, you can like table. There's always like a tabling thing that's probably gonna be going on. I've had a meeting with the health center last week. So if anyone wants to relay anything, I know that soon Jordan and I will be meeting with the health center. But after that meeting, we like kind of talked more about like the red zone and more ways to like kind of like get people like the resources and like other things. So like if any of y'all are interested in that, please tell me, or if you want me to relay any messages. I'm also starting the SAD committee meeting soon, which is the student advisory board meeting with the health center, like counseling center. So if y'all have anything that you'll want me to relate to that, please tell me, and I will also tell y'all what happens during those meetings once those meetings start. The same thing with the COVID task force. I haven't been to a meeting yet, but we're gonna have that next time. So if y'all have any questions or student concerns that have to do with that or anything, please let me know. And also, I am trying to find a way to, because I know Olivia, chief of staff Ambush told me about a bill passing in the past when it comes to having more access to like mental products, especially free mental products on campus. So please tell me if you're interested in that when it comes to like researching or actually like on the ground work. But yeah, and with that I get.
Thank you very much. Department of Higher Education.
Hi everyone, so happy to see your faces. Not too much to report. I do have a meeting with the counselor at Chesapeake High School about our exit program. If you don't know what that is our Expanding Intelligence Today mentoring program where we take our Towson students and pair them with one of our high school students at Chesapeake, and we have like SAT and ACT prep, some mental health days working with them. Resume building, job applications, all that good stuff that you wanted in high school that you might not have got. So if you're interested in being a mentor or you know someone that's interested in being a mentor, please just send a message on GroupMe or like just find me. You'll see me on campus somewhere. Just find me and tell me, and I can make that happen for you guys. Hopefully we can get that started up within the next couple of weeks once we figure out a day that works for both the mentors and the high school students. But do let me know if you would like to be a mentor, you know someone that wants to be a mentor. And with that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Legislative Affairs.
Hello, everyone. So today I want to first talk about the event and what I'm planning. I spoke with a couple individuals, a couple speakers I would like to bring on campus, such as Benjamin Jantowitz, a member of the State Street Baltimore Angels, and Baltimore Ceasefire. And the reason why I chose this individual is because he can speak to the majority demographic on campus. And then I also am in the process of reaching out to Dr. Lawrence Brown, an honored individual with the Bold Thinker Award in regards to Baltimore racial segregation. And the reason why I want to do this event is hopefully to get students more informed, but also push them to advocate on issues happening in their backyard. I also attended the March on Washington, as I was able to connect with some of the speakers that were attending this event. And lastly, I spoke briefly with Kathleen Maloney, the leader of TU's legislative lobbying. And that's some of the things I completed today.
Oh, this week.
With that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Special Projects.
Hi, everyone. So I just want to remind you all about the 6-week, not like deadline for everyone to do events. Also, I have updated the event proposal form. So before you start talking to me about your event, just make sure that's done. And also, you have permission from your exec liaison as well. And then I do want to just stress the fact to email me. It's better than texting because I can't keep up with all my students on my phone. It's been really hard these past 2 weeks. So just try to email me as opposed to texting me if you have any questions about your events. And with that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Marketing.
Good afternoon, everyone. The flyer request form will be coming out this week. Also, if you see any posts on Instagram or Twitter, please repost them. With that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Department of Student Organizations.
Hello, I am going to say the report on her behalf. Hi everyone, happy first GA. I lost my voice this past weekend. I'm slowly recovering, but please expect to start receiving emails from me this week regarding senator assignments for student groups. As the senator count grows, I will adjust accordingly, so please be patient with me as I work to give everyone an equal amount of student groups. I am also accepting 80 applications, so if you know anyone interested, let me know. And with that, I yield on her behalf.
Thank you very much. Department of New Student Development.
How y'all doing? I started my freshman council application interviews. The target goal for the meeting, our first meeting will be next Wednesday, September 15th. I'm currently in the process of finding us a room for that. Also, I've lifted up my idea for transfer council, to perform a transfer council for as a subsection for new student development. So I'm in the process of doing that as well. With that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Very excited for freshman council to get started. Okay. Next up, Towson University Northeastern representative. Don't believe they're here today. Maryland Higher Education Council representative. Athletic Affairs representative.
Nothing to report.
Oh my gosh, I'm very sorry. That is my fault. Thank you very much for the report. Again, I apologize, but I do appreciate everyone's patience with me as I'm kind of going through the motion. Athletic Affairs representative, Youth Life representative, University Residence Government representative. Okay, so. Okay. We're just going to skip right to my report just because we do not have all those representatives in yet at this time. Hello everyone, happy Tiger Tuesday. It is amazing to see you all. I do have to say I'm very excited for this meeting because we're finally going to be confirming everyone. So everybody in this room will finally be here. We'll all be set. I just wanted to, again, extend my thank you very much. I know that it has definitely been quite an adjustment coming back in person and everything. It's been an interesting week and a half, but you all are absolutely phenomenal. The support you show, just everybody. I just hope that you are also extending that grace to yourself. Don't forget to give yourselves time to breathe. But there are a lot of amazing events coming up. Please keep a lookout for, on all your emails because I will be going through legislation that was done through past administrations and be reaching out accordingly in terms of implementation and following up with that. Because why are you writing bills if it's not still getting done? But just keep that in mind. More communications will come out with that. I did want to yield the rest of my time to Officer Gilligan in the back, if he would like to introduce himself.
I'm Corporal Gilligan with TPD. I was the outreach officer last year. We didn't get to meet really in person, but now that we are, my office is located over in West Village, right there by the entrance to the dining hall. And then my partner is Corporal Eric Hamilton. She's actually located right now is the first floor of the old section where the library, or the post office used to be. Now it's kind of going back to that spot, but she'll be moving up to the second floor here sometime around Thanksgiving is the timeline we're bringing told. But if you guys need anything, please reach out to us. We're always happy to help you guys or answer any questions you guys might have. I know about your guys' one thing coming up this week. We're gonna run by our chief to see if he wants us there as well. So just so you guys know. So.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you say your email for me, please?
Sure. It's s@towson.edu.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. Again, we will be dropping the dates in the group chat as well in terms of everything kind of coming up with new events. But thank you all very much. And with that, I yield on my report. Attorney General Kapoor, are there any opinions of the report? We will now be moving into unfinished business. So this is the second reading of the resolution number 4 concerning the confirmation of Isaiah Thaxton to the Assistant Director of Community Outreach in the Executive Cabinet of the 101st Administration. So if everyone could just have that.
Just like stand in the middle.
Right. Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm very sorry. We do have to actually vote to review.
That's very true.
I apologize. You could stay right there. Thank you. Senator,
I move to review resolution number 4.
is there a second?
Senator Harding, I second.
Unfortunately, we do have confirmed yet. That will be the next bill coming up. So unfortunately, only people that have been confirmed can second. So with that being said,
Senator Hayes, I second.
all in favor of reviewing resolution number 4? All opposed? Abstaining? With that, the motion passes. We will now be reviewing resolution number 4. Okay, so now, Isaiah, if you would not mind coming up and just telling us what made you want to join SGA, what kind of drove you to this position?
Understand. I'll just like put my camera up here. Is this good for everyone? Can everyone see me up here? Okay. Well, as you all know, my name is Isaiah Thaxton, and I'm being briefed, confirmed for the position of Assistant Director of Community Outreach. So just a little bit about myself. Last year I served on the Senate, and during my time in the Senate, we did a lot of great work, whether it was passing stuff about textbook affordability, holding people accountable, or just other important issues that I'm probably forgetting right now. We did a lot of great work. I think just having that experience in the Senate will be just a major plus for my role in community outreach. So I chose community outreach because, as you all know, we're still going through a pandemic that has really impacted everyone. So in our students at Towson or just in the Towson community around us, the pandemic has really just affected people, whether, they've lost loved ones, lost jobs, or just lost resources, whether it's their housing and stuff like that. So in this role, I think I just really want to focus on recovery, rebuilding, and setting us up to do better with service. And so hopefully I will expand some of the resources that we offer to students, and then also just focus on giving back to the Towson community. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Yes, Senator Johnson, or, excuse me, Director Johnson.
So just as clarification, until we get a director of So sorry. Director of the, okay. Until we get a director of your departments, will you be acting sort of as an interim director for the part-time?
Yes, I'll be acting as an interim director, doing about 7-ish hours a week, and fulfilling all the responsibilities of the role. So everything will be nice and handled. Yeah.
Any other questions? Would anyone like to speak on his behalf? Come on.
I would. I was in the Senate with then Senator Faxon, now AD Faxon, last year. And like you said, work within the Senate that he was very involved with. And then this year as well, he's already reached out to help me with an initiative that myself and Justice Rashada Olson are considering doing. So he's already very much so committed to the position and working on important things in our community. I yield.
Thank you very much. Would anyone else like to speak on his behalf? Chief Staff Amber?
So we hired incoming Assistant Director Faxon because he has a really, really strong passion for community outreach. Like during the interview, like he had a spark that I think that this department needs, especially, just over even the past year, like because of COVID, it's been very difficult to do community outreach. And I know one of the major components that President DeVoe wants to bring back to SJ is really that service component. So I really see him as a really important person in this position until we can get a director. So I'm very, very excited. And I know that this department is going to thrive with him as the assistant director. With that, I yield.
Thank you very much. Are there any more questions on the top? Director?
I like to speak on behalf of incoming assistant director Faxon. So, what's it called? I first knew Maxine virtually last year, and he's actually he's so passionate and stuff when it comes to anything that he finds important. So I feel like this is the perfect position for him. Anytime anyone else has something that they want to support, he's always there to support others. And I feel like this is the best position to do that, especially in community outreach. So yeah, I yield.
Thank you very much. Hopefully soon to be. Do you have?
I can ask a question. I can ask a question. John. So my question is, so you said that you were a senator last year. So, what did you learn from the skills you possess that you've been trying to learn in your position?
Yeah, that's a great question. Ex-pro temp Wheeler. Oh goodness, putting me on the spot and I'm blanking. I guess.
Senator Faxon, deep breath.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, I needed that. Thank you. So, in the Senate, obviously, I saw that the power that SGA has, just as a student body voice, and the Senate is very broad. It's you can focus on anything, whether it's academics or even just planning events. And then so for me, I guess I found that challenging because there was no direction really, of where to go. Because it was you could just shoot into the blank air and pick anything. But I think having this set community outreach, I can really focus in on goals and get things done and just have a direction. So, yeah.
So to add on to that direction, what plans do you have in this position? Any particular ideas that you might already have in mind?
I do not have my notes with me, but I do have a notes app of 5 different service things and also just ways to give back to the community. One thing off the top of my head that I'm really thinking about doing is a small business day, because Towson students, we boost the economy in Towson. And, just getting Towson students more familiar with local businesses, whether it's the flower shop down the corner or even just, a new restaurant, but also just expanding. I want to expand the food share program Because there are a lot of students who suffer from food insecurity, who like even students who live on campus and who don't really know about the food share program. So definitely that. And yes, I'll get back to you. Everyone else at SGA when I get my notes, and I have a steadier heartbeat.
Last but not comment,
I'm sorry, unfortunately, because
have
of
a
time,
nine
we're going to have to,
minutes.
I'm very sorry. But with that being said, would you mind stepping out of the room? I'm very sorry if we did not have such a short amount of time. We would take all questions, all recommendations. I do want to say that really quickly. But with that being said, are there any final, very brief thoughts, opinions? Okay, hearing none. We will now move into a vote on resolution number 4. Oh, so hearing no more discussion, we will now vote. If you have not been confirmed yet, please just don't forget to abstain just for this one bill, and then next up will be the Senate bill. So all in favor of confirming Isaiah Paxton as the assistant director? Okay. All opposed? Abstaining? Awesome, thank you very much. With that, the motion passes. Can somebody get him really quickly, please? Thank you very much. Welcome back and congratulations! It's hard to go first. Definitely. But no, you're it. And everything's fine now. Okay. Do new business. Are there any motions on the floor?
Senator Eklund, I motion that we review resolution number.
Okay, all in.
I'm sorry.
Is there a second?
Senator Watson, I second.
Awesome. We'll now vote on reviewing resolution number 5. All those in favor? Okay, all opposed? Abstaining? Just as a reminder, any senators that have been confirmed, this is the Senate bill, but just don't forget to abstain. But with that, the motion does pass, so we will now review resolution number 5 concerning the appointment of Jabria Harding, Fatima Salam, and David Cuddy to the 101st Senate. So we're just going to start with Jabria, if you would not mind just coming up to the front and giving us a small answer as to why you wanted to join SGA.
It's okay if I sit right here, because.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and you say why I still wanted to be in SGA?
You're fine with it.
All right, let's see. I guess the reason why I still wanted to be in SGA is because I guess I still concerned about the students and everything more than ever since the Afghan incident, and seeing how it's really affected people within the Afghan community. But most importantly, I've seen that how the pandemic has really affected college students who are not only employed, but also unemployed and who have been staying at home during the pandemic. I have been seeing a lot of TU students and just regular college students coming out about the amount of abuse and as well as the health issues that they have been dealing with. And it has made me really sad and just made me want to stay more in SGA. And it would just break my heart to just leave right now, even when I graduate as well.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions? Previous folks?
Yeah, she had mentioned your concern from what's happening in Afghanistan. I just wanted to ask, like, if you might have any, like, maybe any, events or plans or legislation that you might be wanting to write, or, if I'm not mistaken, Assistant Director Thad mentioned he was doing something for Afghans, seniors, if I'm not mistaken, his personal home, would you playing a role in that? Okay.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask her maybe after this, like if I could, event that she's gonna have, and as well maybe do a subsection of the event. Maybe like start something like concerning the mental health of the Afghan students, where they can get like all the emotional distress and mental distress, like just out, and they could just like discuss it like in a safe space for them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll take one more question.
Yeah.
Was yours a question?
Yeah, but.
No, go ahead. I was thinking of,
Okay, so I was just gonna ask, obviously we served together in the Senate, last year. I just want to know, what will you take from that experience last year and how will you put it to use, this year?
I guess what I learned basically from the previous semester is that I would try to be more communicative with students in person, since there were some communication barriers, even though we are online and basically technology is ubiquitous.
Thank you.
Very much. All right, we will now take one person to speak on your behalf. President DeVoe.
So serving last year with the Senate, I was biased. They were my favorite last year. I don't have favorites this year, but they have favorites last year. I loved working with the Senate, specifically then Senator Harding, very much a self-starter. That's just something about her, and that's something that I really admire about her. She could do a lot at once. She just will juggle everything at once. So sometimes like a little direction is needed, like all of us do. But it's honestly really beautiful to see someone who's just so passionate, and you can tell even from her response today how passionate and empathetic she is about the students here. So I would absolutely support her as a part of the Senate this year.
Thank you very much. We will now move on to the next thing on our list here for the Senate. So, Catherine, if you would not mind just telling us a little bit about why you wanted to join SGA, and then we'll take 2 questions and 1.
Hi, I'm Fatima. The reason why I joined SGA this semester was because I was in SGA in high school, and I really, really loved the community there. So I thought it would be like a great idea to join the community over here at Towson. I didn't join as a freshman because I wanted to focus more on schoolwork, but then as a sophomore, COVID happened, so I wasn't able to join. But this year, do more for the community.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions?
Hi, what specific ideas do you have concerning legislation?
Right now, it's not like confirmed, but I'm still brainstorming ideas, because as a freshman myself, I didn't really feel comfortable, or like I was kind of shy to go up to the SGA members and talk to them. But I feel like because I'm an Asian now and there's a lot of more Asians on campus, I want them to feel more comfortable coming to me and talking about getting their ideas across, and things they want to do, or, you know, like things that are happening with Afghanistan right now. I want to help out with that too. So I'm just brainstorming still ideas.
Thank you very much. We'll take one more question.
Hi, just to clarify, you had said you only took SGA in high school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, because high school SGA and college SGA are very completely different things, and so what I really want to ask is, I want to I guess make sure that you're able to maybe counter the pressure in the weight of college SGA. That question kind of makes it a little bit does. Will you be able to step up to the challenge if needed? And that's not the common parts or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a great multitasker too. Also, freshman year, that's why I didn't join the SGA, because I knew I wasn't prepared. Now I know I am prepared. That's why I joined now, and I'm confident I can do it.
Thank you.
Would anyone like to speak on her behalf? Treasurer Coco?
Yeah, so I actually met Fatima at the, I forget the name because there's so many events, Set It Off. And I just want to say she's already been so active in getting involved and doing tabling and stuff like that, and just getting to know people. in SGA and in the community. And I think I'm excited to see what she'll do as a senator and what ideas Sophomore will bring to the table.
I have to agree. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we're only going to take just 2 questions. I'm very sorry, everyone. Again, if we had unlimited time, yes, please, if you get cut off questions, speaking on somebody's behalf, please don't hesitate to text the person, message them, and be like, hey, I was gonna say this. Trust me, we can definitely. But thank you very, very much. Okay, so we'll now move to our third name on the list. We have Favor, if you would not mind telling us a little bit about why you wanted to join this year.
Hello, everyone. My name is Favor. I'm a junior. I was in SGA last year. I was the government operations chair. So I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet. Having previously been a senator for SGA, it was an experience that I could obviously never forget, being in the environment that we were in last year. The difficulties that happened, definitely SGA was a stepping stone for me. It allowed me to dive deeper into the legislative process and gave me the confidence that I needed to take on the challenges and opportunities that may come up in the field that I'm pursuing. I'm a poli-sci major, so this was definitely like the stepping stone for me. And seeing how much the 100th administration had accomplished, I just want to continue to step into that leadership and improve the student body and the Senate experiences. I want to continue to push for fair and satisfactory resolutions, and also make sure the Senate is able to carry out their duties while remaining in comfort and harmony, but also by achieving their personal goals. So that is my goal for this year. And thank you. With that, I yield.
Any questions for Favor? Oh, great, yes.
Okay.
President Pavel.
One of my stars from Senate leadership last year. I guess my question would be, what did you learn from that experience in Senate leadership that you hope to translate to this year?
I feel with the job I had last year, it was a lot of accountability that I had to do. I had to obviously review the bills before they got to the GA. I had to handle the pressure sometimes because bills would, sometimes like the day before, the day of. So with that being said, I had to also be patient. So I feel like it helped me develop a lot of patience and just learn how to hold people accountable. So with that being said, I think I'm definitely, and it also allowed me to, I guess, connect with everyone. So with that being said, I feel like all these elements together are definitely gonna help me form better bonds and be able to hold everyone accountable and keep the harmony in the Senate.
Any other questions?
Just to go off that word, you said pressure, and last year we were in one line environment, and that would be very different compared to in person. So I guess how would you be able to handle that balance of pressure now that we're all in person?
I feel like the pressure at home was more than what it's going to be now. Because at home, there's not really a system. You're on your own. You know what I mean? Although people are online and stuff, you're by yourself. So that pressure is on you. But now that I can obviously see everyone, I can be in that environment, I feel like that's definitely going to be allow myself to have a better support system and whatnot, and better communications also with everyone to be able to handle that pressure.
Thank you very much. Do we have anyone that would like to speak on her behalf? Towards the hands stuck going up. Senator and good to see you.
Okay. I was on Senate leadership with Senator Kenny last year, and she was a really great addition to our team. She really can balance business with being friendly, because she was really great at holding people accountable while also still being a peer, and that line can sometimes be hard to draw, but I think she can do it really well. I think she'd be an amazing addition to our Senate again this year, and I personally would really like to see her back, so yeah.
Thank you very much. If everyone that is on this resolution would not mind stepping out briefly, just that way we can have a vote. Sabrina, if you guys don't mind just like stepping outside for a moment, we'll come back to you guys. Excuse me, I promise it's not COVID. I swear. I tested negative this weekend. Got a cough, I got really worried. But, all right, quick point of order. We'll now be moving into a vote on resolution number 5, if there is no more discussion. Are there any last comments? Okay, hearing none. We'll now move vote on resolution number 5. All those in favor of confirming? Awesome. All opposed? Abstaining? Without the motion passes. Could somebody please grab them again? I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I need to get one of those like grabby claw things. Welcome back, and also welcome to the 101st. We're so glad to have you. Okay, are there any motions on the floor? Senator? Senator Boston?
I move that we review resolution number 6.
Okay, is there a second? Senator Hayes? Senator Hayes, a second. All in favor of reviewing resolution number 6? Everybody can vote now. Yeah. Thank you. All opposed? Abstaining? With that, we will now begin to review resolution number 6 concerning some director confirmations. Okay, so resolution number 6 concerns appointment of Director of Health and Wellness, Director of Student Organizations, Director of New Student Development, Director of Academic Affairs, and Director of Higher Education. So if Anna, who is already walking up, does not mind telling us a little bit about why you wanted to join SGA this year, what kind of your goals are, we would love to.
Okay, so I can start off by introducing myself to any of y'all that don't know me. My name is Anna. So I've been in SGA for probably a year and a half, kind of. I started off as Deputy Solicitor General to the Solicitor General when we had one. And then last year I was the Director of Academic Affairs. And I've always had Director of Health and Wellness as a goal because that's kind of like my passion in life. With health and wellness, I'm a psychology major and a health science minor. And I've really been interested in advocating for not only health and wellness for everyone, especially for marginalized groups, because even though we are in a university that prides itself with having access to everyone, we all know that sometimes people get left out of that. So I really want to be an advocate for not only students, but students of marginalized groups, especially left out of public health and public health opportunities. So that's why I applied for this position. I've always been interested in health, and that's what I want to do in the future. So that's why I'm using this position not only as a stepping stone, but something for all of you, especially in the year of COVID. I know a lot of people are emphasizing COVID, but especially since a lot of students are affected. And I know that me personally, from my experience, I kind of had a little anxiety coming into school, especially in person, because of health concerns and stuff like that. So I just really want to be that person that can not only advocate, but also sympathize with students that have those types of issues with coming to school or any type of thing. So yeah.
So thank you very much. Do we have any questions? We can definitely fit in class, that's for sure. Any questions? Senator?
Do you have any specific initiatives you'd like to plan for this semester since it's our first semester back in person?
Yes, so I've already had one initiative, like today with tabling with the red zone. I definitely want to continue that, even though the red zone is like, for the first 6 weeks, I definitely want to continue keeping trigger warning, but I definitely want to emphasize more resources about sexual violence, so that's one of my initiatives. Another one is one that I previously mentioned about having more menstrual product options, especially like free ones for students, because that's definitely something that's been a bill that has passed like years ahead, years before, so I definitely want to bring that back. Another one is that during the summer, I was in talks with the dining services about having more options, especially when it comes to halal and kosher meals. So I'm definitely in talks, well, I've been in talks since the summer with dining services, so it's really hard to talk about. Another initiative that I've been trying to bring back is kind of like connecting with other universities, especially when it comes to like, I know that each month, sometimes we have like certain months that are dedicated to certain chronic diseases. So I want to inform a lot more people about those diseases, especially when it comes to like the month and stuff like that. And I also want to bring back anything that has to do with like mental health. I know one of the directors mentioned mental health, and I know last year it was definitely something that USM wanted to bring back, which was a mental health, or bring up with a mental health task force. So I really want to like see that through and make sure that's like a thing that definitely happens.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Justice.
Do you have any plans or initiatives for working with LGBTQIA+ individuals?
Yes, so that's definitely one of the groups that like I was like mentioning about, that is like a marginalized group that can kind of be left out, especially when it comes to public health. Like I know that there were like a lot of bills last year that was very targeted, not from my office, but there was a student concern and a bill that came out about that. So I definitely want to have certain things that are targeted towards LGBTQIA groups, especially Black trans groups in Towson University, because I know that they are the most like marginalized groups, especially for like people of color, undocumented students. That's definitely something that I've been wanting to like push, because I know that public health is not something that everyone has the privilege to. So I want to like make sure that I am heading towards all the groups that are marginalized first before I go towards like anything else.
Thank you very much. For the sake of time, Chief of Staff Ambush will be speaking on behalf of all of the directors. But once again, I do want to reiterate, if anyone would like to speak on someone's behalf and is not able to, please send them a text message. Everybody loves to feel good and feel like they are watching here. But that being said, Chief of Staff Ambush.
Yeah. So we hired Director DMA because, one, she has been in SG for a very, very long time, since the 99th administration, and she has been one of the most active members that I have seen. Literally, if there is an SG event and she is free, like she is more than willing to go and help. Not only that, but last year when she was the Director of Academic Affairs, she went completely above and beyond in her position. Not only did she excel in that role, but she was an active like helper to other directors, especially the previous Director of Health and Wellness, always being a big help while exceeding in her role as Director of Academic Affairs, which is amazing. So huge props to you. And I'm very, very excited to see what she does in this role.
Thank you very much. I'd like to sit down. Okay, next up we have Director of Student Organizations. Sally, I understand that you're not feeling the best.
So I hope your voice feels better. But the reason why we hired Director Yeagle is because, one, she's the former treasurer. And so in her role as the former treasurer of the 100th administration, she had to work with almost every single student organization on this campus. And so in her role as director of student organizations, she'll be working with those same groups that she worked with last year. And I know that she is going to excel. Not only that, but she used to be a senator, which in this role, the director of student organizations is kind of called an unofficial senator just because of the nature of what they do. So I absolutely know that she is going to do great using that experience that she already has. And not only that, but she has a very deep understanding of Tiger Stripes, how budget works. If any student orgs have any question and they go and ask her, I know that she's going to answer it very thoroughly and, just great detail. And not only that, she has a great working relationship with our current treasurer, Colquitt, and those two positions work together very, very closely. So I know she has the experience and the drive to make this position amazing.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have Damon for Director of New Student Development. Oh, be careful. No injuries on the way up, please.
Because the seats are so close together. So for those who don't know me, my name is Damon Evers II, sophomore. So I want to be part of SGA. I started last year in freshman council, and I really just want to create positive change at Towson University. I started last year. I was in freshman council, and I lost the president position. I ran for president of freshman council, and I lost. And here, look at me now, I'm about to direct the whole thing. So, it's a thing about that I want to really instill in them is perseverance. Throughout coronavirus and stuff like that, we already had to do that. And although who wants to lose? Nobody really wants to lose, but losing helped me develop into being better. It sounds cliche, but it did help me. So yeah, I lost the position, but now when I step into this position, when I'm confirmed, the ideas that I'm going to bring is the transfer council. So the transfer council is basically going to be like a subdivision of new student development. We're going to basically do the same thing we do for freshmen, but for transfers, just to make sure that they're more included in our inclusive environment. Continuing my journey to impact Towson positively this year, I'm currently on the e-board for Brotherhood. I'm the events chair for that, so we're going to be planning events. Definitely come to that. I'm also RA, Tower D. Don't come breaking up rules, but y'all can come. Yeah, I'm definitely that. And just lastly, in closing, when I'm confirmed, I'm going to run a great freshman council. I think it'll be great, just like last year. Zakia, she was a great director. But yeah, we're gonna make it great. It's definitely gonna be better because we're in person. And then I'm gonna bring a transfer council that's gonna hopefully be here. Well, not hopefully, it's definitely gonna be here beyond my years at Towson. So I'm gonna leave behind a mark, hopefully for future generations to come. So thank you.
I'm sorry. We are just going to take a few questions and then, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any questions?
Any questions?
How you doing?
Hi, you mentioned the transfer council, which I think is an amazing idea, especially because transfers suffered during COVID-19. But do you have any specific ideas of how you're going to perform that outreach for transfer students?
So basically the same way that I perform for a freshman council, with the tabling and the flyers and stuff like that. Also, I was an orientation leader, so I already know a good amount of transfers that may be interested. So I don't know, basically just using my connections to see who's interested. Because if they're interested, they're gonna join. So creating the flyers and stuff like that for that, and then hopefully having them join, and then run it similar to freshman council, since we already have that model that seems to work fine.
Any other questions?
Yeah, just a question generally for your department. How do you plan to engage sophomore students, y'all's class as well? For a lot of you that didn't have the luxury of having a freshman council last year to support them through last year, how do you plan to engage them as they're feeling like second year freshmen this year?
Yeah, so basically I would treat them I don't know, it feels kind of weird because I'm a sophomore too, so I'm kind of talking about myself too, but I would kind of treat them similar to how I would treat freshmen. Although they have the academic experience, they still don't have the relationship with the campus as you all would, juniors and seniors and stuff like that. So I would just treat them similar to that, inviting them to all of the events and trying to make sure that they're incorporated with everything that we're doing, since it is new student development. Any questions?
Chief of Staff, do you not mind speaking on this?
So we hired Director Edwards because he is freshman council. Like, I'm joking. But basically, freshman council came back in the 99th administration under former Director Hamilton, and it was built in the 100th administration by Director Moody. And honestly, I see Director Edwards as the literal like next step in building not only his department, not only freshman council, but adding that transfer council. He was at almost all the tabling we did in the first weekend of school, and literally like he brought the energy. Like when he went to students and talked about freshman council, they were so excited to join. He's already doing interviews, and I know that he is going to not only make his position great, not only is he going to make freshman council already more great than it is, he's going to add a transfer council that is literally going to add just more opportunities for students who may feel alone on this campus. You know, last year was really lonely for a lot of people. And so I'm really excited for Director Edwards to come in and really make sure that they know Towson is a home and that we're back in person and that no matter what, like SGA and this university is a comfortable and safe place for you. So I'm very, very excited for him to be the director, and I love his energy, so period.
Thank you,
I can sit down?
Next up, we have Chad Leo for Director of Academic Affairs.
Hello. So just to start, I'm a transfer student, so I'm really excited about Director Edwards' idea of a transfer council. So something that I'm really, passionate about is education. It runs in my family. My parents are both teachers and blah, blah, blah. I could give you the whole story, but we don't need to do that. Ultimately, education and academics is the reason that we are here at Towson. And, whether we like to admit it or not, I don't like to admit it, but that's why we are here. And we need to ensure that the professors are doing all they can do to support our students. So that's why I'm passionate about being the Director of Academic Affairs, is ensuring that every student, regardless of where they come from or, what different challenges they have facing them, can get that education they deserve. So I want to work on implementing some of the resolutions that were passed last year, such as the course syllabus and materials deadline, as well as focusing more on textbook affordability and mental health days, as well as support for disabled students. So I'm very excited to be here, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Dr. Deanna?
I like how you were like, giving off your initiatives. Has to do with how you would support first generation.
Yeah, so I believe from my perspective, the most important thing to do is reach out to those students. I'm not a first generation student, so I cannot speak on behalf of first generation students. So bringing their voices into student government and getting their thoughts and what will help them and their experience be successful is critical. And I'm going, I have begun that by reaching out to existing student groups and organizations. I have a meeting with the president of Educators Rising on Friday, so I'm going to continue to do that same sort of thing with different organizations that can support those marginalized groups. But ultimately, marginalized can fit first generation students. It fits LGBT students, disabled students. So ultimately, my goal is to support those students by bringing their voices into the fold.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions? Sorry, I kind of saw you. Senator Teddy?
Okay. I feel as though the issue with textbooks comes up like a lot and all the time. And maybe, I don't know, change has been done, but this year my books are expensive, so I just have to write it up. But do you have like, I don't know, you may or may not have the answer, but what's your initiative with that? Like, how can you go differently about making that change actually happen instead?
Yeah, so what we really have to do is work directly with professors. And it sounds like a lot, but it's ultimately the professors have discretion over, what books they assign. And we have to, introduce ourselves and let them know, like, we are here, we will advocate for students. Not don't mess with us, but, along those lines. And definitely, encourage, especially those older professors, to, get more technologically savvy and work on getting those resources beyond, just the traditional printing out of a text. It really goes beyond, formal legislation and, bills and everything like that, and really goes to building the relationship. So that's something, that I was planning on talking to our chancellor about when I first meet provost, I don't know why I said chancellor, when I first meet with her in the next few weeks, is definitely, the textbook affordability and what's going on with that, because I have a professor who, assigned a book that he wrote, and it's literally like a bunch of articles like thrown into the same, like it's not even a book. So we need to, definitely talk about that and bring up those life experiences and getting, more firsthand accounts of those situations. So, putting up something on Instagram that says report a student concern, so that we have more evidence to go off of when we do present those issues.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Chief Secretary.
Hello, everyone again. So we hired Director Leo because, one, me and President DeVoe truly believe that he has the passion and the drive to build on what Director DMA did during the 100th administration. He is new to Towson, like new, period. But he has that. First, when he did the interview, like he was so interested in understanding the like intricate details of how like Towson University academic works, which is like something that we saw and something that we really like were attracted to. Not only that, when he was at Salisbury, he was a senator there and he did a lot of amazing work kind of with academics over there. So I know he can bring that here. As you all already heard, he's already having meetings. He's already doing the work to make sure that like students' voices are heard in the academic arena, because we all know that professors don't be listening to us. And so I truly believe that he has that passion and that drive to make sure that students' voices are heard, to the provost on the academic level, to all the deans and things like that. And even outside of academic affairs, he is a very passionate person when it comes to making communities better. So I know he's going to do an amazing job in this position.
Okay, our final director to come up is for higher education.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany Kemp. I'm a senior studying early childhood education. This will be my second year as director of higher education. And I'm really just excited to continue the work I started last year, especially since we'll be in person. I kind of mentioned it earlier about the exit program. I'm super excited to do that in person and really get to meet those high school students and have you guys meet them and really do some like productive work for them and, like build that, I guess, bridge between our high schoolers and our college students so that their transition is easier, hearing that authentic advice and all that help that you guys will give them. Also, I am looking forward to all the events that I have like 1,000 ideas in my head, so hopefully I can get them all out and actually implement them this year, especially hopefully our second annual arts integration event. I know. But yeah, I was trying to be quick. I think that's everything. I'll take questions.
Thank you very much. Okay, are there any questions? Justice Ricardo Olson?
So you said that building that bridge is really important, and I agree. What do you think the biggest hurdle to building that bridge is, and how do you plan to overcome it?
Really having like the best mentors, which is why I'm trying to push you guys, because you guys are like such amazing leaders and everything. And it's like having that figure in your life to like give you all that advice, that feedback, and all that support that you need. When I was in high school personally,
I didn't have that, and I'm like, I know having that would have helped me like move and transition into college like way easier than I was. I mean, I'm a loser, a little bit of a nerd, so it wasn't that hard. But like some students need that extra push, need that person to look up to. So the biggest thing that I want, the biggest hurdle that I'm trying to like jump over is getting like the best type of mentors for my students. So guys, please contact me.
Thank you very much. Any other questions?
Hello, everyone, for the last time. So we hired Director Kemp. When she was the director last year, and by raw numbers, she had the biggest event that Towson University, or that Towson SGA did last year in 100 administration. And not only was this the biggest event that the 100 administration did, it was our biggest event that had outside non-Towson members. Of course, it was all virtual, but it was honestly an amazing event, and we saw like different groups of people around Baltimore really come together and celebrate the arts for, you know, future potential students here at Towson University. This position is really part of our core focus on service. And as you all know, the greater Baltimore area is an area that, you know, sometimes needs like strong mentors. And so I truly believe that she is that person for this administration that's really going to help us get there and really help us, you know, mentor a future generation of potential Towson students. I mean, they may not go to Towson, but like, hopefully they do, but, you know, future potential Towson Tigers. So I'm really, really excited for you to be back in SGA again. And let's hope you have another event with the highest numbers.
Thank you very much to everybody that was speaking, to everyone that answered questions, asked questions. If all directors that are listed on this bill do not mind stepping out briefly, just while we go through the voting process, that would be amazing. But it's okay. I apologize. Any further discussion on the director's?
I just have a recommendation, or like for a friendly amendment on the resolution prior to on, there is an extra space, and then in Felly's last name, there is an extra space there. I was just wondering if for formatting, you might want to.
Thank you very, very much. We appreciate this friendly recommendation. I apologize. You said Billy's last name, and what was the other one?
Right after Senator Eaglin, the parentheses has a space.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. I do apologize. You guys probably will see a lot of me misspacing. Senator?
I believe this is friendly, but the introduced on date doesn't match the date at the top.
Oh, I don't think that's friendly.
I'm not sure if we need to fix what introduced on.
Technically.
Is that a formal?
So,
yes. Okay. I move that we amend resolution 6 to say introduced on September 7th, 2021.
There's a second?
Senator Eaglin, I second that.
Senator, what's the
Wow, you don't need a second. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, all in favor to change introduced on August 15th to introduced on September 7th? Okay, all opposed? Abstaining? Is that language? Okay, is there any further discussion on resolution number 6? Okay, are there any motions on the floor? Oh, wait. Hearing no further discussion, I apologize. Hearing no further discussion, we will now move into a vote on resolution number 6 as a whole. So, sorry. All in favor? All opposed? Abstaining? That motion passes. Somebody get them. Do you have a question?
I found an extra space.
Don't tell me where it is.
Got it.
Also, for all senators, please do not forget to raise your hand as high as you can. Our lovely Director Moody is in the back taking senator count, but she needs to be able to see everybody's hands in order to do so accurately and appropriately. And to all of the amazing people coming back, welcome to Okay, are there any motions on the floor?
Senator Hayes, I motion to review resolution number 7.
Is there a second? Senator?
I second.
Okay, all in favor of reviewing resolution number 7? Okay. All opposed? We do have one abstaining just because he's out. Okay. With that, we will now begin to review resolution number 7. Formal recommendation, just to strike, excuse me if I mispronounced your name correctly, Tatiana Bunin? Okay, thank you very much. I do wish to strike her from this bill, just seeing as she is unfortunately not here. So this is a formal recommendation.
Senator Petty accepts our recommendation.
Senator Hayes, I second.
Okay, all in favor of striking? Thank you. All opposed? Abstaining? With that, the motion passes. Thank you all very, very much. Okay. We do luckily have our hopeful justice, Evan McNeil, here. If you would like to come up to the front, say a few words on why you want to be a justice, what made you want to join SBA, we would love to hear.
Hey everybody, my name is Evan McNeil. Excuse me if I'm a little nervous. Didn't know I was gonna be speaking in this form, but I wanted to join SCA because I wanted to get more involved on campus. As you all know, COVID happened. I was a freshman when it hit, and I only spent a semester on campus. So it was a weird experience for me. So I felt like I was blessed enough being off campus and during COVID to get in a few positions where I can extend my knowledge. And I feel like I can, just add on to the team. I feel like we have a good team here at Justice so far. We only have what our Attorney General and our other Justice. So I just feel like was blessed to know or blessed to learn can help us in SCA and and in turn help Towson. So yeah, I'm excited to work with you guys. I'm a team player, so let's have a good year.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, I actually do have a question for you. What is one thing that you are hoping to bring to these justice positions to kind of continue to revitalize and provide like that accessibility?
You said accessibility?
As well as kind of revitalize
Well,
the position now that we're back in person.
I really am a big believer in just like teamwork. So, and I feel like we have a little bit of a diverse group. So I feel like a lot of our ideas would be put in the forefront. So I feel like that would be good for SCA and it would be good for Towson as well.
Thank you very much. Any other?
Hi,
Director Johnson?
in your own words, what would you say your position does?
As a justice. So I feel like I'm kind of new here, so excuse me, but when I applied, I felt like a justice was to kind of look over our groups and look over appeals and whatnot, and then talk to our other other justices and attorney generals to make a decision if we're going to accept or deny it.
I heard you say you're kind of like a team player, which is great.
Mhm.
But aside from that quality, what else? Because a justice role is a pretty serious position. So aside from that quality, what other qualities would you say you have that kind of fit and would help you in this justice role?
When I have an idea or something that I feel like needs to get off of my chest, or I feel like I believe strongly in, I'm definitely going to voice my opinion. And I feel like as a justice, you can't sit back. You have to voice your opinion so everybody can know and kind of just like move forward. So I feel like this position will also help me in that as well, even like getting better with that, but I'm also really good at it. So I feel like that's another good trait that as a justice you need to have.
Chief of Staff Ambush?
Yeah, so I was in his interview with Attorney General Kapoor, and honestly, I'm very, very excited to see him on the J board. I think he's going to be a great fit on the J board. During your interview, you mentioned you were on Teen Court, and which is like something that I think is like very valuable. You mentioned that you've like read like documents before, and like, you know, the J board, one of their roles is to understand like our governing documents and also inform the Senate and us as the executive board and directors when we're doing something that's like unconstitutional or something that might be a little constitutionally shaky, or tell like student organizations when they're doing something that might violate their financial policy. And so I really think he has that like drive and the energy and the understanding that I think will help elevate the J board beyond what it already is. So I'm very excited.
Thank you, me too.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
If you don't mind stepping out, we
No
appreciate
problem.
you answering all of our questions. Not used to such a big room, everybody's always like. Okay, awesome. Are there any more brief comments? Okay, hearing no more discussion. We will now move into a vote on resolution number 6, or I apologize, resolution number. All those in favor? Unfortunately, you will have to abstain just because you weren't here.
Okay.
You're still, thank you very much. So, no, no.
Okay, good.
So all those in favor? Okay, all opposed? Abstaining?
Oh, okay.
Perfect, okay, thank you very much. With that, resolution number 7 passes. If somebody could get him, we could say congratulations. I do want to mention, thank you all very much for speaking so eloquently and kindly. Welcome to the 100th. Okay. Oh, who had a question?
Do we have to oath? I know in resolution, whatever resolution for the Senate, it says they have to take an oath immediately after being confirmed.
So I'm going to yield to Chief of Staff Ambush to answer this question.
So when it comes to oaths, only elected members have to do oaths. So we're gonna do the senator oath right now. I just have to pull it up. It's really quick. For those of you who were elected in, you all did the oath at the at inauguration. So if you're a senator at inauguration, you don't have to worry about doing the oath. But if you are not at inauguration, Vice President Teskoska is going to lead you all in the oath once it pulls up for me. I'm so sorry. Technical difficulties.
Not all of us trying to find the oath now.
My computer is, I literally have my computer is being slow.
Thank you very much for catching that.
I feel bad now.
Very much. Don't feel bad. It's very much appreciated.
We got it. You got it.
Okay. Fantastic.
And only senators who are not at inauguration has to do this vote.
Okay.
Which I think you're.
Yes.
All right, so all the senators stand.
So please repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully serve the students of Towson University. Execute all of the duties and responsibilities of the Senate position. And strive to achieve the high level of expectation. That accompanies a position. Within the Student Government Association of Towson University. I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. And all other governing documents of the Student Government Association of Towson University. I apologize, I kind of messed up now, but to the best of my ability. With that, thank you all. You are officially confirmed. I'm getting somebody to rewrite where the pauses are. But with that being said, are there any more announcements for today's GA? Okay, I do want to say.
Remind everybody about Thursday, because this is long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just really quickly, just a reminder that Thursday is probably going to be a busy day with the involvement fair. So if you want a table, I guess reach out to Director Moody or Chief of Staff Ambush. Then we have the forum with the TUPD, followed by the vigil. So it's kind of a jam-packed day. We'll sit about on the agreement, but just want to keep that on your mind.
I just point of clarification. Sorry. What are we, so Thursday is usually like pre-meeting days, right? So this upcoming, I'm hearing events and whatnot, so I just like want clarification on what's happening.
Yes, so we won't have any, okay, we will not be having pre-meeting on Thursday. We are expecting everybody to try their best to show up to the involvement fair specifically. If you can't show up to the other ones, that would be greatly appreciated. I know, of course, President DeVoe, everyone has been working very hard in regards to the vigil, as well as kind of putting together this forum. So it's going to be a very long day. We understand if there's certain things that you guys are not able to go to. And we just ask that you try your best to come to the involvement fair.
And the forum, if you can. I think you all would care about the topics being discussed, so if you can, please come and tell your friends too.
Where is all of time?
It's on Friday.
Burdick Hill from 4 to 6 p.m.
We also will be sending out a message in the group me later, just to reiterate specific times, places, all of that good stuff. Senator?
If we can't be at the involvement fair for the whole time, would you like a absence request, or?
I'm going to turn this over to Attorney General before.
Hi, so we would like you all to come to the involvement fair just for your own and also to visit the SGA table. We might tap on a few of you if we need more tabling, but if not, do not worry about it. But we would like to see you all at the involvement fair if you can make it.
Please stop by.
Point of information, at what time and to who should we talk to about formatting or like typos in the resolutions?
That is a great question. Thank you very much. Typically at the end of the resolution, we will ask if there's any more discussion. So if you would like to talk about it before the discussion on the bill has started, or after that discussion has already ended before we take a vote on it, those would be the two most appropriate times. But at the same time, if you notice one and it seems to fit the conversation, as long as you're still raising your hand, waiting to be acknowledged, those amendments can still be brought. But thank you very much. Are there any more questions, announcements? I do have one really quickly. I just want to say thank you all. I know that this was a very interesting first GA, but I'm very glad that we are all in, and it is going to be a very, very good year. You all are beautifully spoken, and I'm very excited. And with that, I yield. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Ring?
I move that we adjourn.
Okay, is there a second? Senator
Hayes, I'm second.
Okay, all in favor of adjourning? I love it when they know they'll say that. Okay, all opposed? Abstaining? And with that being said, we are now adjourned.
Wait, y'all, do y'all want to see something cool? Wait, look, y'all, that's a 3D camera. Hello, No, we're not live streaming anymore.
No, you're good. Thanks for traveling.